Well, here's something I'd never thought I'd say, but Charlie Veitch is right. Not in everything, because I disagree with many of his things, but on this thing, I definitely agree with him on. Now, recently there was an article in the Telegraph called "The 9/11 Conspiracy Theorist Who Changed His Mind." And basically, it's about Charlie Veitch and how he got in to the conspiracy movement and how he got out of it. But what's interesting is what happened after he left, because he got a heck of a lot of abuse. I mean, if you don't know this, someone actually sent round, fake emails that he was, into child pornography and things like that. So they literally tried to destroy him because they didn't agree with the stance he took, which, as far as I'm concerned, is the most childish thing, you can do. And he goes on to say, people who are in, and again this is something else I agree with them on, people who are into, the 9/11 conspiracy theories and these things like that, people who are in deep, get so emotionally invested in it that it doesn't matter what evidence you show them, they'll never believe it. However, there are people like Charlie Veitch who, when they are shown the evidence, when they do have it explained to them, they do come to the logical conclusion that 9/11 wasn't an inside job. So it can happen, and people can be pulled from the conspiracy mindset. But the other thing that he goes later to say in the article is that sooner or later, conspiracy theorists are going to commit an act of terrorism, or they are going to do something ridiculous that's going to get people killed. And I am completely 100% there, because as I said, people get so emotionally invested in it that they end up living in their own reality, and as far as they're concerned, this is the reality that they think is real. So sooner or later, these guys are going to do something. If you don't think they're going to do something, look at what Adam Kokesh has been doing recently. He's been whipping people up into a fury about, oh, we're going to march on Washington with our guns and we're going to show them. And then, he's cancelled it off. Why? Because it's bravado. Because the higher-ups like him, they're intelligent. They know they're making money off it, and quite frankly, they don't want to go to prison. So what they're doing is they're whipping people up into enough angry and then just going, it's like, you have people phoning into the Alex Jones show a couple of times, and you have examples on YouTube of them going, I've got my gun, who do I shoot first, Alex? So people think often, laugh, how a conspiracy theory is dangerous. That's exactly how they're dangerous, because sooner or later they will do something ridiculous. Because, again, Adam Kokesh encouraging people, take your guns, march on your capital, democracy doesn't work, time for, armed open rebellion. And, he's also quoted, and again, and it was, a couple of weeks ago, of him saying, within a year, if, these marches don't work, then we've reached the point where peaceful protest no longer works. He's just... that's just almost encouraging violence. And it's gotten to a point now where I seriously do think, and I agree with Charlie Veitch, somebody's going to do something ridiculous. And it's going to spark like that. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if people in the planning stages are doing things like that. But, time will tell whether or not we are, proved right on this or not. But... that's the question I get asked often, why do you do this about conspiracy theorists? Because conspiracy theorists are more dangerous not only to themselves but to other people than people actually realise, because they create their own reality and they're just not living on Earth anymore.